Hey guys, Will Vance here from the Comp Performance Group. Today I want to talk to you about fast new XRI points conversion system. If you don't even know what points are and why you would need a conversion system, go wake up your granddaddy, because he's probably going to be the one interested in this. This is a piece that we've designed to come out with that caters to a little bit of a niche market. Now let's say you're the guy that really needs more or less some clearance at the firewall. You don't want the big gaudy HEI just because it's all in your firewall. You still want that small cap, and you're still running your old point system just because you don't want to do an external box ignition or whatever the case may be. If you're running still on a point system for that small base distributor, or just for an aesthetics look, if you're looking for the period correct, that's great. But what happens to points? Well, we went away from points a long time ago for a reason. They stick, they're inconsistent, and that affects your timing accuracy, and let's just be honest, we all want them to run as smooth as silk. So electronic ignition is the way to go. But again, we're here to keep you in your small base cap, keep your clearance, keep your aesthetics, make the car look as it's supposed to be, but we're going to upgrade you to some true electronic ignition that also just happens to have a built-in rev limiter. So you get the best of both worlds with this combination. All right guys, so let's get down to it. Let's go ahead and install the new XRI module. It's really very straightforward. The instructions are very detailed, and sometimes they can be overly complicated to some people when you read too much into them. So we just want to give you a real quick install of how simple and how fast you can change over your points ignition. You can do this under the hood, believe it or not. So what we want to start with is just actually removing the actual points from the breaker plate as well as the condenser. Now I've pre-staged slightly, guys, so that aggravating little grommet that's always dried up in the base of the distributor, I went ahead and popped that loose because you're going to need to feed those factory wires back out of the way because we're going to eliminate them totally. So set your points out of the way. Now you can move to your condenser. Again, just totally no longer used. That's out of the question now, out of the equation and done. So now we're down to our clean breaker plate. This is where your breaker plate adapter comes from, and if you'll notice, the centering hole is offset, meaning the plate is designed to mount in one direction only. Now once you set that on, you'll see how those two mounting holes line up with your old points mounting holes. That's where you'll use the bigger of the stainless screws. These screws are made to go right back into your OE plate. No drilling, no tapping required. This is truly a bolt-in deal. And once you've got that secured, you're ready to get down to the nitty-gritty. All we got to do is put this module in, so just kind of unroll it, and you'll notice that the new breaker plate adapter has two holes drilled in it that's made for your module. That's where your smaller screws will come into play. And a little trick is if you'll take and just set your Allen screw in the hole, you can use the factory hole in the weight. It makes lining up a whole lot easier. Now you're ready to feed your wires back through your OE hole in the distributor. And guys, believe it or not, you are pretty much done. Your distributor has now been converted from an old school breaker plate ignition to a brand new, fast XRI module electronic ignition. But nobody else will ever be the wiser once you get your cap back on, and you'll be ready to roll in the weekend's time. But again, if you have any more questions or concerns, feel free to contact us anytime, 877-334-8355, or you can catch them on the web at fuelairspark.com.